I kind of just want to talk about our last video that we started working on that's not out yet by the time you watch this, but that I have fascinating thoughts on. So we had the Ford F-150 Lightning here.
We've talked about it a couple times on this podcast.
Yeah, well, we had it for a day that one time a little while ago where we shot a video about it and sort of revealed our thoughts. But I really wanted to live with it and review it for a full autofocus video. So that's exactly what happened. Ford actually had two here, an XLT trim and a Platinum trim Ford F-150 Lightning that we lived with for a little over a week. So shout out to Ford for letting us make that. And so as we're working on it, we start thinking more and more about how we're shooting these car videos, because this is something we're getting more and more into. I've talked about why in the past, but we're shooting more car stuff. And one of the thoughts we had that turned out to be a great idea was to shoot the one Ford F-150 Lightning with the other 150 Lightning.
Yep.
So we had the red Platinum trim as the subject car, and then the silver one as the follow car, where we would stick a camera out of it. We actually had a couple options, but the main one that we set up was we have a tow hitch rig, which has the DJI Ronin 2 on it, which has the Monstro and everything set up. And so we got to sort of get these stable shots from it. And it got me thinking, what is the ultimate car shooting camera rig?
Yeah. And before everyone says you just bought a camera crane for a car and everything like that.
Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah. The biggest part of that, and the reason why we didn't use that here, is we're still doing a couple things to get the insurance correct on that. And you basically need permits. You are the biggest target in the world if you are driving that around.
This is part of the equation.
Yeah, exactly.
This is part of the equation. So you guys have probably seen on the studio channel. If you haven't already, definitely go watch it. We built a camera rig with a Tesla Model S, which includes a moto crane arm attached to the top of it, which can do full 360-degree moves around the car, up high, down low, all these controls from inside in it. It is incredible. The type of stuff you can do with it, how dynamic of a shot you can make, super capable. But as soon as you take that thing on a road, all eyes are on you. You do not get to steal shots. This is the thing I've done for the past decade on this YouTube channel is I didn't actually know that it was called this until a fellow cinematographer asked me, oh, do you just go steal shots in the public or whatever? And I was like, yeah, I guess that is what we're doing. Because she was like, you don't get permits or anything like that? I was like, yeah, I'll go to the park and just shoot some of the phone in the park, and I'll just go to some building somewhere and just go shoot on the front steps, in the city, or I'll just shoot outside here. And anytime we start doing car videos, we've kind of done the same thing, where you might recall shooting the McLaren in that winter.
That was brutal.
That was brutal.
That was really hard.
3 degrees or whatever it was. But we're sticking a camera out of a window of a car next to it while we have a subject car. We're stealing shots. We don't have a permit to use that road for filming a movie or whatever some people might choose to do. We're not Top Gear, but we do want to shoot the car in a natural environment. Exactly, so that's our best way of doing that quickly and efficiently. So the camera rig that we've built with the Tesla, you don't get to just drive around roads and start swinging the crane around and stealing shots on public roads.
I mean, for example, we brought it to this really beautiful park. This was in winter, so there's literally no one at this park.
Empty.
We were in a parking lot, and the camera's not even rigged up on the arm yet, and we had a park ranger come up and be like, you guys can't do this.
Yeah, we drove up
sorry,
there.
But you can't.
Yeah, so you can imagine how quickly you'd get pulled over trying to do something on a parkway or a highway or something like that. So we had the F-150s, we had the pair of them, and we had this tow hitch rig that was much more low-key, right? This is why I'm thinking about it as the ultimate, video production mobile, and there's probably other options that I'll go through, but it's this very low-key rig on the back. We'll show a picture of it.
Yeah, it's called the Kessler Kill Shock, and then oh man, I want to know the name of that. Someone created a tow hitch adapter for it, essentially.
Right. So it holds up the Ronin.
Ray Rig Pro.
The Ray Rig holds up the Kessler on these springs. Everything's behind the truck in the small contained little ball. And you can drive around and people barely even blink at it because it's behind the truck. They don't see it coming. The truck passes by, the cameras. You're just two cars driving around and nobody really thinks twice about it. So we did that and we were able to get a ton of shots on back roads, on regular roads. And you'd be surprised how good of a video you can make with just one camera height. We didn't go high, we didn't go low. It's just toe hitch height the whole time. And then all the other benefits of F-150 Lightning are like, there are tons of power outlets in the back of the truck. Like there's lots of room inside for like Brandon's in the back with the follow focus, with a huge back seat to lie across. So everything seemed like it was
quiet.
Great. It's a silent vehicle. It's just about as fast as anything else you're going to be able to shoot. So I was like, that feels like the ultimate camera rig vehicle.
It really did. Like we spent a whole day, and like you said, not only did like no one stop us or anything, but there's shots in this video where like we're passing people walking on the road and they don't even like turn their head or double take because they don't even notice it because the truck is so big. It's on the tow hitch on the back, even though it's a giant Ronin 2 and a red camera on it. Like you barely even notice it. I mean, I couldn't see it out of the rear view. It was really funny to see the backup camera, and the truck constantly was freaking out whenever I had to put it in reverse because there's obviously something on the back blocking it. But yeah, and it's super smooth. We had it like shock. We were going down some pretty tough back roads, and it kept the shot super stable between Ronin and the shock mounts on it. It was awesome.
The downside, you can't shoot forward.
We did talk about this though. There are, and like I'm not the expert on this, but I know there are front mounted tow hitches that you can get.
So the ultimate vehicle would be one of these F-150 Lightnings with a car rig on the back and a rig on the front.
Or at least just a tow hitch so you can swap it up when you want to do. Yeah, I mean, you don't. You could ultimately run both.
Could
but
do
I feel
both
like you're
at the same
making
time.
A little more of a target there.
Sure,
a little more
that's
obvious.
That's a little more high key being on the front of the truck. But that was the only downside. Like getting a shot of the back of a moving car, you could like point a camera through your windshield and look at the car, or you can like go out your sunroof and look at the back of the car. But the best way to do that we've found has been with the crane, until potentially getting a tow hitch on the front of an F-150 Lightning. Okay. And then, just being able to charge, there's a literal 240 volt outlet in the back. Like we could get infinite power for the Ronin batteries, for the camera batteries, for the monitor batteries. Everything can be plugged in on all the 120s and still have extra.
Yeah. And like you can be charging the batteries, and then there's still another 110 volt plug right underneath the license plate that's normally for your trailer, because when you're running a trailer, it needs the lights connected to it and the brake lights, and that needs power. So you can literally, the tow hitch directly above it is a plug, and there's even a mounting space for like a V mount. Like if the Ronin is using V mount or anything, like you can power and have the power sitting on the tow hitch into the Ronin, and then that can be plugged into the to the back of the truck.
The one vehicle that I've thought of that I think could possibly be better than the F-150 Lightning doesn't exist yet.
Okay,
but it would be an electric minivan, like a canoe.
Oh, with a sliding door, right?
With a sliding door.
So you can go side.
So that you can get the side profile.
You just need
shots.
the side trailer hitch. I'm just kidding.
Well, no. Because you can hold the Ronin in the side, point it out the side, no wind noise, and just get a side profile shot.
Yeah, we shot a lot of Lamborghini like that because Casey rented that minivan.
That's right. That's right.
We shot outside, and you could go on public roads pretty easily because it's and you're seatbelted in. That's the best part. That's also like, let's not say safe. Also, none of this is legal advice. Do not take anything we say as legal
but I mean,
advice
like,
for shooting cars.
Picture you're a cop on the side of the road, and there's a couple things you could see drive by. One, you see a camera car with a rig with a crane on top of it driving by with a thing swinging around, pointing at another truck. I'm pulling that over, probably. I don't even know why. I'm just like, I can't. What is happening? If I see the F-150 with the little trailer hitch we had on the back with another one following closely, I'm not thinking too hard about that. If I see a minivan with the door slit open, 50-50, I think you could attract some attention with the door slit open, driving fast enough with a minivan. But
or like the old hatchback with Brandon hanging out the back. Like, I'll pull that over in an instant. I mean, we never really shot on real roads like that because of how dangerous that was. Like when you see those shots of when Brandon used to hang out the back, we basically have a big parking lot behind the building that we do it in. But that means the entire video is shot with the same background for the whole shoot.
But generally, my philosophy, and we can wrap up after this, my goal with these videos, and it always has been like this for the gadget videos and everything, is to give you a sense of what it's like to own it and be there in real life. So I put it in the environment that it's normally going to be in. When I review a phone, you see the phone in my hand, in my lap, and on my desk and things like that, which is where it lives. And with a car, we want to shoot like on a track because it's super cool, but 90% of the time you're not on a track, right? You're out in the neighborhood, you're driving, you're pulling into your driveway, you're going to the grocery store. And so being able to steal shots and actually shoot the thing in the place where it's supposed to be is the biggest challenge. And I think we sort of just unlocked another little option for us there. I
think, and I'm really excited for people who listen here to watch the finished F-150 video, which should come out next week. Hopefully it's some of our best, it's easily our best rolling shots we've ever done. I agree. Brandon was amazing on the controls. Like, we found some really beautiful back in the woods kinds of shots. It's spring, everything's green with a red truck driving through. It just looks amazing. Yeah, it's really good. Stay tuned for that. Yeah, thanks for watching that clip. Mac has something special to say to all our what was that? Subscribe. Press the like button. Mac has this thing where like he knows when a camera is on and doesn't look at it. Have you noticed that? Like this is Mac subscribing to the Waveform Clips channel. It's a good thing audio listeners don't have to use clips outros. Appreciate you, man.